Thank you I know you're very, very busy, Mayor. We appreciate you taking the time this morning. First of all, how did Hoboken fare with the blizzard?
So we got about 20 inches, a little more than 20 inches in this storm event. The winds were also a problem, and this was a very different type of storm with respect to how heavy the snow was. So the first night we experienced a few power outages due to downed lines, and then yesterday we saw a lot of downed tree branches. So there've kind of been different phases to how this blizzard has impacted our community.
Just from this perspective, and I'm originally from New York, and I just now living in New Jersey a number of years. Congratulations to you, to Governor Sherrill, to all the folks in the state, the power companies and the lines workers. And for both you and Governor Sherrill, this was a first test. This is just literally weeks after you both took the oath. And you really, I mean, everybody worked together well. You corralled the troops and got everybody going, and everybody did great. There have been storms where other elected officials didn't do so well. I just applause because this could have been a heck of a lot worse. And it looks like we've been able to crawl out nicely thanks to good leadership. Now, it was a significant snowfall. It's a dense, walkable city that you have there in Hoboken. So you have different challenges than say, a more rural city. What are the biggest challenges you had in clearing snow there?
We do. Right now, we're actually focusing still on getting roads and snow routes clear. We have our emergencies still set in place so that we can continue to do those clearances on those main arteries that give access to our police department, to our hospital. Once we get that set, then we'll move in the direction of clearing our crosswalks and our kind of corner ramps, because we're a very pedestrian-friendly city. It's why we love to live here, but it means that we need to prioritize getting those areas clear so that everyone can get back to their normal routine, whether that's commuting to work, walking to school in the morning. So we're really starting to move in that direction as we're getting things wrapped up with overnight operations on those main snow routes.
And hopefully we have the routes to all your best pizzerias and Chinese restaurants. Those two, which I'm sure everybody's going to be wanting for takeout, because I'm sure a lot of people don't want to cook, even though they bought all that extra food in anticipation for the storm. Hoboken has some of the
True.
best eateries anywhere in America. You guys are amazing for that. Now, the city announced a volunteer effort to help residents who may not be able to shovel on their own. It's hard. A lot of older people living there because it is a walkable city. So how does this work? How do people get to volunteer?
Sure. We have this program stood up after the last snow event because there was such an interest in volunteering to help your neighbors, which is a wonderful thing. It's one of those things that makes Hoboken special. So we set up a volunteer program to match volunteers with senior citizens or people who have mobility challenges, to allow those people to be matched up through our Office of Constituent Services. We have a link on our website, or you can send an email to constituents@hobokenNJ.gov, and we can match you up. So yesterday we actually had over 24 different matches that were made to help people clear cars. I saw pictures of one gentleman I know who has two prosthetic legs, who had his car cleared for him. He sent me some photographs of a guy named Jack who came to help him out. We're so grateful. It's one of those things that just makes it a little bit easier for people to get out from this blizzard.
Yeah, it's just a good time to be a good human, right? And go out and help people who could use your help. If you have an elderly neighbor, don't wait for them to go out and try to shovel their sidewalks. Just if you're shoveling your sidewalk, just shovel their sidewalk. And you know what? You'll get a nice smile for it. And even if I always say, if you had a neighbor whom you weren't talking to, go ahead and shovel their sidewalk. Maybe that'll help mend some fences. How
Absolutely.
soon, right? It's a great, great opportunity to be a good person. How soon after a snowfall, by the way, in Hoboken, must residents and businesses shovel their sidewalks? Or is it a state law or is it a local ordinance?
We have a local ordinance that says 6 hours. So we messaged to folks yesterday that we knew the storm sort of ended and wrapped up around 2 o'clock yesterday. We didn't want people out overnight last night. We knew the temperatures were dropping and there would be icy conditions. So we gave everyone the grace period, and asked them that by 9 a.m. this morning that they would have sidewalks clear for everyone. Our business alliance is also targeting our main corridor on Washington Street to make sure that those sidewalks are clear to get access back to our commercial district and of all of our amazing restaurants. So we're getting back to normalcy with that, but we did ask people to please make sure to have that done by 9 a.m. Otherwise, we'll be out doing inspections, and reaching out to folks who need to do a better job clearing.
Right. We just don't want people getting hurt. And we want people to be able to walk around the city and not slip and fall and get hurt and God forbid, break a bone. And beyond the snow removal, what other post-storm issues is the city monitoring right now? Do we have icy conditions? And also in terms of sanitation delays, I know right away a lot of people are going to say, but when are the trucks going to come get my garbage? Well, right now those trucks are tied up, right? A lot of them are tied up as plows.
Yes, we canceled garbage pickup for Monday and Tuesday, so we'll get back to that tonight. And then we're also just working on the safety of our sidewalks for sure, being pedestrian friendly, making sure those are salted. And those curb clearings, there's a lot more slush with this storm. I started to notice yesterday, so that's also troubling because then you're going through those giant puddles at the corner. No one likes that, so we're trying our best to clear those out. But we're just going to keep at it to make sure that even as we ask people to please, when they clear their cars, to not put the snow into the street, but it means we have to keep ensuring that we're clearing out as people are digging out. So it's kind of a cycle, but we're going to keep on top of those crosswalks and clearings at the corners most as the biggest priority today.
And now, I don't know if you heard our meteorologist, Mike Favetta, say there's a possibility, and this is way early, so I'm not, I'm actually speaking out of school. But because of the patterns we've been having, there is the possibility something might be coming again Sunday into Monday. I'm sure you know about that already as the mayor.
We're tracking it.
Yeah. So is the city ready? I mean,
we'll be
what
ready.
do you, yeah, you'll be right. So do you have enough salt and sand? Or do you even use sand anymore? Or is it just salt right now at this point?
We use salt, and we have a hefty stock of salt, thankfully. So we're ready for that. And the good thing about this snowy winter is we're getting really good at snow operations here in Hoboken.
Unfortunately, right? It's something you don't want to be an expert at, but you've become because you had to.
That's right.
Well, what message at this point, Mayor, do you want to share with the community about just looking out for one another in the aftermath of the storm and the impending potential something to come? I don't even want to call it a storm, something to come.
Well, definitely stay safe. Be careful. Give yourself extra time with the icy conditions. In some cases, it's been black ice. Really take your time out there and make sure that you're wearing good winter boots so that you're prepared for the conditions. Check on your neighbors. Make sure whether that's somebody who's elderly, somebody who has a disability, check on them and make sure they're doing okay. If there's any heating issues going on, if there's power issues, thankfully, PSE&G really handled the issues here in Hoboken very quickly. So we haven't heard of any more of those since the first night. But make sure to reach out and report anything that may be going on that we can be helpful with.
We're going to dub you the cool mayor. We like having you on. You are always welcome here. Anytime, please come on the show. Hoboken Mayor
Much
Emily.
appreciated. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. Hoboken Mayor Emily Jabbour, thank you so much for coming on. Fingers crossed for the next few weeks. Hopefully, and spring will be here soon
Everything
enough.
crossed.
Mayor, that's right. Thank you again, Mayor. Have a great day.
Thanks.